This is a serious one. I was wondering if I wanted to do it on here or on a different like platform or something, but we're gonna see how this goes. If not, it will come out in another way and y'all not gonna see it if I don't want to go through with it. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Step out if you get, or don't keep watching this if you like get triggered by or certain things happen in your life as far as like essay or like I hope y'all can read my lips, but just certain stuff like that has happened to y'all by other people. So I'm gonna need y'all to step out right now while I have time. I'm not even sure if I can say this out loud on YouTube, so I might just mouth it. So when I was in elementary, it's crazy because for a long time I did not know what grade this had happened in. I just knew I was little. And I didn't know exactly what grade until I had spoke with my father about it. Anyways, when this happened, I was in first grade. I noticed in first grade that like there were certain things I was looking at in a different way. I was wondering why. I used to go to one of my great aunt's house for daycare and stuff. Like it was like a couple of us cousins who went, and then her foster kids. I think I was one of the youngest, and me and my older sister was always going there pretty much because my mom was like working. We lived with our mom. There was one foster kid, and we're gonna call her Cydia. So Cydia was way older than me. Like, I remember she was taller than me and everything. She had a lot going on with her. Also, her siblings stayed there too. So I used to play the game sometimes with the boys and all that. And then at nighttime, I don't remember, like, I didn't sleep with my sister there. Like, my sister, I think she was in another room. My sister was in another room, and I stayed in this room. There was like bunk beds, so I stayed on the bottom bunk bed, and then Cydia stayed on the top bunk bed. I don't know why I was in this room not with my sister, but anyways, let's keep going. So, and a lot of stuff I blinked, like I don't remember, so my bad if there's not like too much detail, but this is important to talk about. So anyway, Cydia stayed on the top bunk, I stayed on the bottom bunk. And I remember I would try to go, I would go to sleep, and then somehow Cydia would come down and get in the bed and, touch here, there, kissing, like just a lot of extra stuff that I don't even really remember the first time because it happened multiple times. But I definitely remember, like, there's just certain things that, like, still can trigger me as far as, like, Cydia would put, like, lip gloss on or, like, certain stuff and then start kissing and just doing, like, a whole bunch of stuff, touching, just, like, pretty much, like, everywhere, and putting her hands down there. Like, it was just a lot going on. And for me, I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know what was going on. It was just kind of like, okay. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, you being a little kid and this happens, like, you're like, what is this? Like, I don't know nothing about nothing. But it was a weird feeling. Like, I'm just like, and she's older than me, so I'm like, I guess this is the right thing to do. Like, so I would always remember, like, bits and pieces, like, and I would wonder why until I got older. But I would go downstairs, and it would be a lot of times at nighttime. I would go downstairs, and my great aunt, it was like this counter type thing, and there was like a TV in the corner, and I would just sit there. And I remember watching things like I don't know if y'all remember the movie, but there was one movie where it was like, I think it was big spiders that like took over the world and stuff. And there was also something else with birds, but like there was like different stuff that would be on like that, and I would just sit there. I don't know how long, and this feels like a dream, but I don't know how long I would be sitting there just like this, like just watching it, just up. And that would happen a lot of the days like I was over there. I would end up being up late at night and just sitting there and just watching TV, not saying nothing. And I remember my great aunt came to me and was like, "Why are you down here? Why are you up?" And I'm like, I don't know. I'd be sitting there just watching TV. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm just watching TV. I'm gonna stay up. Like, I wasn't tired. I didn't want to go to sleep. I didn't want to go back to my room. And so she'll be like, okay, well, you can't stay up too late, so make sure you go to sleep, things like that. And so I'll be like, okay, and I'll be up. I don't know how long I'll be down there, but I don't think I went back upstairs. Like, I think I fell asleep right there, and I'll be looking around because it's dark and stuff. So anyways, there was like multiple times that happened. And then I think I got a little bit older. I wasn't that much older, but then I remember another incident where I'm trying to think. There was another incident where, because this would happen multiple times at my great aunt's house, I just can't remember every single time. I just remember a couple, but I know it was happening a lot because I was there a lot. Cydia was there a lot. Yeah. So one time I ended up going with my aunt, and we're gonna name her, we're just gonna say Tia. So went to Tia. It was one of her, she didn't have a full game or whatever, but she was at her college at this time, and they were having a meeting or something with the team, and me and my older sister, I think we went to the bathroom or something. Cydia was even older than my sister, I believe. So she's like, she asked us to go to the bathroom, or I think my aunt Tia, she was like, I don't know. I know we just ended up in the bathroom somewhere. I can't really remember, but went to the bathroom. Me and my sister was like actually using the bathroom, and then Cydia, I almost said her name, but Cydia, she was like, she put on her lip gloss first. I remember she came in my stall, and my older sister, I think she was actually using the bathroom because we were in different stalls. And so Cydia putting on lip gloss and stuff, and then starts kissing me, obviously. So, and then starts trying to do extra stuff, and I'm just like, I think in a way I was just used to the stuff, so like I didn't say anything. And so then she tried to go under or into my sister's and try to do the same thing. And my sister was like, no, you're not finna do, I don't think so. She ran out of the bathroom and was calling Tia. And I know somehow, like, I was still in there. I couldn't get out. Like, I'm in there with Cydia. She's taller than me. And, like, I'm used to this stuff at this point. Like, she just takes over. So my sister went to Tia, and she came in there. And I think she was like saying, I couldn't remember exactly what, but I know she got on, I think she got on Cydia, or was like asking like what was going on. And I think Cydia was like, basically, I think it ended up looking as if, which I talked to my dad and my father like a year ago, over a year ago, and he was saying it was as if like it seemed like we were playing around, which it wasn't. Like, there's this older girl with the younger little girl. Like, what is playing around about? Like, that's not even playing around. She's older, I'm younger, so like, how, you know what I'm saying? But it was basically said that it was like, it was playing around, which it wasn't. Like, she was me multiple times. I don't even know why I'm not emotional, because it's just crazy how this happened. But that happened. And so then I know after that, it was like sometime, I was only in, I think I was still in first grade around this time, or it was around there. I was still young. It was first grade or maybe second grade. And I don't think I knew how to say stuff as clearly. So one day we were at my grandmother's house, and we're there playing around, whatever. And I think at this point, my grandmother ended up, or maybe I was a little older, I think. But yeah, I wasn't saying stuff clear enough because I didn't know. But anyways, I was playing at my grandmother's house, and Cydia and her siblings, or maybe it was just her, ended up being my grandmother's foster kids. And so I don't think anybody really knew like everything that was going on, or that she was doing like to me multiple times. And that day, like in my head, I was literally like, I have to say something. I remember that thinking, I was like, I have to say something. Ooh. Oh. So I ended up grabbing my grandmother first. Like, I was the most comfortable with her. I don't think my mom was even right there. So I grabbed my grandmother, and I don't remember exactly what I said. Like, it's so crazy, but I remember along the lines I was saying, like, Cydia touched me. Cydia touched me. It was something along those lines, but to this day, like now when I've talked about it, they said it came out a different way. Like, they couldn't understand what I was saying. And I was so little, I'm thinking I'm saying something else, but it didn't come out clearly. And so they're like, who? And then she grabs my mom. My mom comes out, and I guess it was just like, yeah, I was saying stuff to them. I remember it was a serious conversation. And after that, I think she let go, my grandmother let go of Cydia. So fast forward to me getting older. I was like a teenager now. Like, me being a kid, like a lot of things were blurry. I wasn't thinking about a lot of things that was happening to me. I was wondering why, like I was looking at things in different ways now, like more since that happened to me, and I was open up to that so early. I was looking at things more in like a sexual way. And I was looking at, since it was a female and not a male, I was looking at more females more, and my mind was just more like on that, like, oh, I think I like females type stuff. Like, I was just, my mind was just in a whole like different, like if that wouldn't have happened to me, I would have grown up a normal girl chilling, you know what I'm saying? But I had to deal with all these things that came after that with my mind, and how just my mind works. So anyways, I was a teen, and we were going to this church, and Cydia came to the church one day, and I think she tried to go to my sister. My sister's like, I'm not talking to you type stuff, like went around the other way. And me, it was like triggering in a way, but I didn't know, but I just felt like uneasy, like, but I think I said, she was like, hi, like nothing ever happened before. I'm just looking like, hey, like I was chilling and stuff. I don't think I thought too much. So yeah, we had seen each other, and I'm just like, and I seen her siblings, said like pretty much hi to them and stuff. But then I got even older, and she has started, like, it was probably started like 2 years ago, maybe, or 3, like at like with my social media. I started seeing her like try to add me on stuff, and I'm just like block, like it was so triggering. Like, I would get emotional sometimes, because I'm like, why are you adding me? Like, you don't know what you did to me. And people are like, why don't you say something? But like, I don't want to say something. Like, I don't want to go over that. I don't want to talk about that. Like, and so anyways, what was I trying to say? Anyways, she's been adding me. She finally stopped now, but Cydia kept adding me or trying to comment on stuff, like stuff, and it just made me feel gross and just nasty, and just Because why would you do that to me? Why was I left alone? I don't even know if my great aunt knows this. But like, why was I, and everybody, it's like, in my family, like, things have happened to them too. Not all of them, but like some of them. And it's like, just like, I don't know, seems like swept under the rug. And when I talk about what happened to me too, like, it's like, I think definitely, like, I've talked to my mom more and like my dad more, and he even apologized, like, I'm sorry we weren't there, or like I wasn't there to like be able to like put you in something type stuff, so like you could deal with that instead of dealing with what you had to deal with for so long. And so it's a lot. And I just feel like I want to get this story out, even though I don't remember a whole bunch of details, but like, and I don't want to say too many details because it is just a lot and triggering, but this is something important to talk about. And like, things have happened to me, and I mean, I'm grown now and I'm dealing with it and stuff, but I don't want it to be swept under the rug, like, you know. And I want to talk about it more, but yeah, it just seems like it's like, oh, this happened and swept under the rug. But like, no, like, why was I in there by myself with Cydia? And if you knew all the stuff that was going on in her head, like, or that was going on with her, like, why was I left in that room with her? Like, where was my sister at? Why wasn't my sister staying in there with me? Like, how did you not see the signs? Like, and I'm talking about so far as far as like my great aunt. I don't want to put everything on her, but like, it's just like so much was happening, and it was always like, oh, they're good, they're all kids. And that was happening to me right under that roof. Like, how? I don't know, me as a parent now, like, and I get triggered by so much, so I'm like, not, no blankets, no that, you got your own stuff, and that's how my mom is anyways. My mom just wasn't, like, my mom was working, taking care of us stuff too, and she apologized, like, she feels some type of way about what happened to me, like, and she ended up taking us out of there anyways, but she's like, I didn't know all this stuff, like, you know, you was there and I trusted, like, there was even other stuff, but like, you know, she trusted her with her kids, and it's like, this stuff was happening. And then some people was looking at it like as if, not this, but the other incident when I was with my aunt, as far as like the playing around and stuff, like that too, like, how does that look like playing around? Like, something should have happened, like I should have been asked questions, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I would do. Like, I see something like that where I'm like, you know, this and that happening, like, I'm gonna be asking questions. But anyways, yeah, I've been trying to talk about this for a minute, and hopefully all this stuff wasn't distracting. But yeah, that was something that's, I feel like I can't talk. It's just like, I actually talked about it, and over the years I've tried to forget a whole bunch. So it's like, I can only say so much because I wanted to forget about it so badly. So anyways, yeah, that was the time, you know, that happened to me. And a lot of people don't know. Some people do know. But yeah. Go ahead and comment if you ever been through this. I don't want to do stuff like talking about subscribe, comment, all that stuff, because this is a serious video. So go ahead and comment if you ever been through any of these things. Go ahead and inbox me or anything on my social medias if y'all want to talk about it. If anything has happened to you, I'd love to like even have a group, like people who went through this. And also, I want people to know that people are always talking about, oh, men do this. Like, it's a lot of men or boys, and it's like, There's women, there's females who do that too. Yeah. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next video.